The Tao that can be spoken is not the eternal Tao. The name that can be named is not the eternal name. Tao Te Ching, Chapter 1. Taoism is a serene path that blends philosophy and spirituality, guiding the gaze beyond the visible, seeking the origin and essence of all things. Without dogmas or a personified God, Taoism allows each to follow their own way. Whether through philosophical contemplation or spiritual practice, discovering a subtle force flowing through everything and everyone. It is a journey of freedom and lightness, where understanding the universe isn't confined by rules, but unfolds in harmony, connecting the practitioner to the peace and profound mystery of existence. The Tao is more than a mere path. It is the very essence that links the eternal with the ephemeral, the visible with the invisible, represented as a trail traversing a beginningless past and extending into an infinite future. The Tao is vast enough to hold all beings, and yet so small it fits within the tiniest grain of dust. This way is a subtle force that breaks through the barriers of time and space, uniting the great and the small, the everything and the nothing, in a single infinite expansion. Thus, the Tao is the absolute that ancient Taoist masters sought, a serene freedom of existing in harmony with the universe, living at peace with the eternal present. The search for the absolute in Taoism is a tranquil dive into the essence of one's own being and the universe, where the practitioner frees themselves from the bonds of ego, desires, and regrets. For Taoist masters, following the Tao is to aspire to a profound, serene freedom, cultivating a life without excess, grounded in simplicity and inner silence. This path invites one to breathe, observe, and listen with an open soul without judgment, finding peace in small things and lightness in the present. In the Tao, the seeker finds a continuous journey of self-knowledge, living in harmony with the whole, with a detached heart and a freedom that transcends the limitations of the physical world. The Tao Te Ching, a foundational work of Taoism, is a collection of brief, enigmatic poems that reveal the way of the Tao in its purest essence. In its few words, these verses, filled with paradoxes and metaphors, invite the reader to set aside the certainties of common sense and dive into silent, deep reflection. Unlike other religious texts, it imposes no commandments, but opens a path of self-discovery and questioning of the value of material things and spiritual aspirations. Its teachings have inspired generations to look within and perceive the invisible harmony between the individual and the universe, cultivating a state of peace and balance that echoes in daily life and in one's relationship with the world. Lao Tzu, the legendary sage behind the Tao Te Ching, is a figure shrouded in mystery and reverence. It is said he was born old, with white hair and an ancient wisdom in his gaze, as if he were a timeless being. Reluctant to share his knowledge, Lao Tzu lived in peace, observing life's simplicity without attachment to worldly things. The story goes that, when attempting to leave a city in search of seclusion, he was stopped by a guard who asked him to record his knowledge before departing. Lao Tzu then secluded himself and wrote the Tao Te Ching, gathering the essence of Taoism in poems that invite us to see life with new eyes. This act transformed his personal wisdom into an enduring gift, a subtle and profound guide for those who wish to find balance and serenity along the path of the Tao. The Tao is an invitation to inner silence, to simplicity, and to harmony with the natural flow of life. In its essence, it leads us to a state of peace that transcends the barriers of time and space, inviting us to perceive the beauty that permeates each moment. The journey through Taoism is not a search for definitive answers, but a path of constant self-knowledge and serenity, where the material and the spiritual intertwine. As one walks this path, the practitioner discovers that the true purpose is not to reach something distant, but to live fully in the here and now, in tune with the universe and one's own heart. Thus, the Tao remains a gentle, eternal beacon, guiding generations in the pursuit of a lighter, deeper, and more meaningful life. But above all, remember that true spirituality lies in freeing yourself from the chains of ignorance, hatred, and fear, which serve no purpose in our lives. The pursuit of spirituality is a dive into your inner self, and through self-knowledge, the elevation of your harmony and serenity. You do not rely on dogmas or gods. It is enough to look within and cultivate the light that already dwells within you, allowing it to illuminate your path and connect you to the natural flow of the universe.